vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So the gloves are off, Jim.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. One of the most eagerly awaited games in football. It never lets us down.
Well, the atmosphere, Peter, demands something highly charged. Yeah, we all know who's better on paper or in the rankings, but pride and passion can be a great leveller, especially here.
And here's Messi. Cannavaro does really well to win the ball there. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy! Oh, it's hit the post! Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, this fella, Maignan, we all remember him, Peter, from his stint in his native France. That time he took an unfancied side to the title against all the odds. I think he had 21 clean sheets that year, which is over half the games, and proof that goalkeepers can make a real difference.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Beckham tries to pass it through. That is a brilliant interception. Delivered across. Great defending, strong and determined. Looking for the run. David Villa. And it's safely... Marquinhos kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And Van Nistelrooy! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Van Nistelrooy actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Chelsea still without a single shot on target. Well-timed, excellent interception. Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho proves just a little bit too strong. Camavinga. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Threads one in. David Villa is onto this. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Arsenal are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Back to the keeper it goes. Marquinhos. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Shot could be a great chance! They've scored! The breakthrough strike! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out. It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And that's not going to reach. Van Nistelrooy. Hazard. Chelsea leading then, courtesy of the goal scored. Van Nistelrooy! And that was probably asking just too much.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, important interception. Camavinga. Rijkaard. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Can he get it through? Cannavaro.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, well played, well sorted out.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Rijkaard. Van Nistelrooy. Hazard. Now it's Mbappe. And he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. He's tried one! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And the first half is done. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. So your views on the first half?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another and we know it's an awful long way back.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Chelsea can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them. He rises! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there.
Chance! That's a sharp pass.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Now that looks a decent... And the shot! It's loose, in he goes again. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Can he get on the end of this? That's been slipped through. Maignan gets it away. And that's a throw-in. And that's another good win of the ball. Might be danger. And a chance! And it's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Chelsea are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Now it's Messi, in with the challenge. And he's forced to go back. Nicely aimed pass. Marquinhos. And the pass is intercepted. Nicely weighted ball. He's cut it out. Guardiola. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Van Nistelrooy. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Mbappe. Arsenal can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Marquinhos cuts out the pass, and it's Messi. Camavinga. Van Nistelrooy. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Beckham. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Saliba makes the interception. Always onto this. Thinks about the shot. Marquinhos. Camavinga. Arsenal finding their passes. Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy goes steaming forward. Azar. Passes coming off in quick succession here. It's a throw-in.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 9, Eduardo Camavinga. Coming on to replace him
75 minutes played.
Number 22, Anagata. Substitution.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Guardiola. Mbappe, whose purpose now is to complete a hat-trick. Looking to play him in. Picked out, and the shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes.
Goal! After 79 minutes is...
Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Chelsea going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals.
Hello,
one more
everybody,
time.
and welcome to
A day
today's
for
match.
parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again. Who is going to come out on top this time? Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So the gloves are off, Jim.
Well, it's certainly going to be huge, Peter. The demands, both physical and mental, on these players out there will be massive, and there's going to be a big responsibility on both captains to keep the players in check. We need talkers to ensure that everyone plays the game, and not this occasion.
And as you can see, we've already started here. It is that familiar feeling again, old foes. He's had a shot! The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, there is David. Oh, he's been caught now. Beckham! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? He's trying his best to keep it in play here. Oh, sweet feet. Delivery from Mbappe. Marquinhos clears it away. Now it's Beckham. He's being urged to shoot. Delivery from him. Oh, smashing! Oh, it rattles the bar. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Van Nistelrooy must have been hit by a flash of doubt then. He complicated what looked like an easy opportunity.
Driving on and making good progress. He's through here. And he's well positioned here. Zaire Emery. Chelsea are applying all the early pressure.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Now it's Villa. Out of play for a throw. And it's Rijkaard. Camavinga. Still goalless at the moment. Van Nistelrooy is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And he's going to be disappointed with that. David Villa threads one in. Played into space, and he was quick to react. Now it's Villa. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Mbappe. He's in a great position here. And the shot! He's scored! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So we have our breakthrough.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Good take, and is he in? Camavinga played out to the right. Now, can they get him away? Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Now it's Villa. Guardiola. Chance here to counter. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Decent chance! And yes, it's there! And they're at it again in double quick time. That was a given. It always was.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Chelsea are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Guardiola. Rijkaard kept his eye on it, and he's there. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. And the pass is intercepted. Zaire Emery. That's a cute ball. No luck with that dink over the top.
Van Nistelrooy really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and Just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
David Villa wriggles his way through. And Zaire Emery. Oh, that's a key interception. Rijkaard. Camavinga does really well there. He is strong.
There
Zaire
will be 1
Emery.
minute added time.
And here's Van Nistelrooy. Messi, good read, needed to be. Beckham. And the half-time whistle goes. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, Peter, at 2-0, you're faced with the choice of just trying to see the match out or forcing the issue even further. I'd always be inclined to go for the latter, go for a third, especially with a full half of football still to play.
Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. Chelsea ahead 2-0, and they are looking good. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Well, that's surely a foul, free kick. And it's Camavinga. And the shot! He scored! The second half off to a spectacular start. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
After 48 minutes is number
Arsenal
20.
get themselves back into contention.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Lionel Messi.
Nice defending, it's got the job done. Now it's Villa. Rijkaard.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Can he get on the end of this? Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Camavinga. Messi. Koundé. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack. And it's Zaire Emery. Beckham with the foul. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Cannavaro. Looking for options, for movement. Looking for the run. No, it's come to nothing. Rijkaard. And it's Camavinga. And he's picked out the run. And he's managed to get free. He'll try to... Oh, what has happened here?
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Takes a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Camavinga really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Arsenal with the corner, there first. Cleared without hesitation. And now a sudden chance to counter. Chelsea suddenly appear frail.
Yes, from comfort zone to a stage of uncertainty perhaps, and they can't drift into a carelessness or this could get away from them.
Nicely aimed pass. Dixon. Can he get it through? Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And there's green grass ahead of him. He has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Van Nistelrooy. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Messi is eyeing up his options in the middle. Marquinhos can get it clear. Just about up to 75 minutes. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Turns back here, probably the best option. Saliba. David Villa. Van Nistelrooy is onto this. And this is Messi.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Saliba. And it's Rijkaard. And Koundé. And it's Messi. Now it's Messi. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Rijkaard aims beyond the defence. Looking to play him in. Shot could... Great chance! In he goes again! He should have put that one away.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
For Arsenal, number 9.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Coming on to replace him is number 70.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Taking place.
Just 5 minutes remaining now.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Now it's Villa. Stood up well to him there. Chelsea moments now away from seeing this one out. Now it's Mbappe. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Beckham with the cross. They get a throw in.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 14, Emery. Coming on the field is number 6, Joshua Kimmich.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Not the most accurate pass. And that is as far as it goes. Chelsea pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Van Nistelrooy claiming the Man of the Match award. And Chelsea going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again. Who is going to come out on top this time? Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So the gloves are off, Jim.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
And already we're underway here. It is that familiar feeling again, old foes, fresh hostilities.
Well, if the pre-game rhetoric is anything to go by, Peter, there's going to be a lot of strong stuff on show here. However it goes, we're in for something special.
Looking for options, for movement. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Now it's Messi. He's had it nicked away. Cherki. Guardiola producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, it's fair to presume, I suppose, that Lionel Messi will, as almost always, Jim, be carrying a huge burden of expectation here.
Yeah, but it won't bother him at all, Peter. He just delivers without fail time and time again, and often in a way only he can.
Absolutely. So I wonder what the little magician will have in store for us today.
Well, all I shall say is expect the unexpected.
Zaire Emery receives it in a wide position. Fired deep towards the back post. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Out towards the flank. Rijkaard. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Expertly cut out, really nicely done.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
Koundé. Arsenal are looking lively here. They're playing with more zest, more purpose.
They are, and it's all because of the movement we're seeing down the flanks, and I think they look as if they're going to cause some real problems to that opposing defence. Both flanks are working quite well now.
Rijkaard. And here's Van Nistelrooy. And he was alert to it. Cherki. And it's Zaire Emery. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Rijkaard. And Dixon. Probing pass. Can he latch on to this? No, that's been intercepted. Camavinga. Messi. Oh, this is a very good run. That is good strength. Oh, not quite. Rijkaard. Knocks it out wide. Knocks it into space. Zaire Emery finds himself offside. Zaire Emery. Van Nistelrooy. Van Nistelrooy was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Rijkaard calmly anticipates. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Chance, surely! It's there!
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
The goal scorer, a after 38 minutes is
Chelsea
number 9,
have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Van Nistelrooy showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Rijkaard into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Messi driving on and making good progress. Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Mbappe. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, that's a fine interception, and it's been given away. And we've reached half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so
So that
far,
was the first
so good.
half.
The
Still
boss has
plenty of
clearly
time
done his
left for a
homework, and I don't
comeback.
think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Well, it's been a proper derby so far, no doubt about that. Intense and utterly captivating. Chelsea have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
Beckham. It's been slipped through. Picked out brilliantly. Van Nistelrooy! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Saliba. And it's Messi. Cherki. Van Nistelrooy did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And it's Messi. Van Nistelrooy. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Marquinhos gets over and intercepts. Koundé for Messi. Camavinga. Oh, that is a nice touch. That has not gone well. Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Mbappe gets a foot in here. Guardiola. Chelsea leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's well spotted. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now there's a fine... And the finish! He has done it! And there's the goal they've been looking for. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Chelsea are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Camavinga charging forward, the ball at his feet. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And that's a throw-in.
Substitution for Arsenal. Number 10. Coming on the field is number 17, Ribery.
Guardiola. Oh, it's a great ball here. Chance! Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. Chelsea presented with a golden opportunity here. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
Substitution in progress.
To increase the lead. And it's hit the woodwork and out. Well read, and the danger is averted. No way through there. Shock, right card! And that's caused a worry or two.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
And this is Van Nistelrooy. It's Griezmann! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Ribery. Great vision. He's a sharp little ball here. It's not a... Oh, that is asking for trouble. Can he finish? And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it. An impact sub.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Chelsea are coasting towards victory. Camavinga.
Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
Pass somewhat off target. And this is Griezmann. He's found a way through. Great chance! And it's in! And he is just ripping it up! And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Number 9.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, they're very much...
And the shot! He's scored! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
As if 3 weren't enough, this is nigh on utopian.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Chelsea are having a ball here.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Tries to pass it through. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Oh, well played. Conte, a man never lacking in drive or determination. He can run onto that. And this just the goalkeeper to beat. And the shot! It's in! And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Number 7, Antoine Griezmann. Substitution.
Chelsea, and that's it. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Van Nistelrooy, very much the hero in this game. Well, how will we look back on that?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all. And so the calm before the storm. A game this so engraved into sporting history. These two teams have squared up so many times before. It is a rivalry whose significance has never been diluted and never ever will be. All stemming from that simple dread at the very idea of losing each to the other. Everyone here is obliged to win. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Mbappe! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And there's no surprise who's taking this corner.
Yeah, it may not seem important, but it is. I think the first corner can always set the tone.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Kvaratskhelia gets into a good position. Arsenal have reclaimed it. Mbappe, the ball is loose and the chase is on.
You'd be hard-pressed to find someone as dependable in the box as the man leading the line here.
Ruud van Nistelrooy.
As prolific as they come, Peter, another Dutch predator who has such a desire to be on the end of anything that comes into the box.
Threads one in. No, that's been intercepted. Played out to the left flank. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel...
He gets big! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Mbappe. Looking for options for movement. Gets into some space. This looks promising. Crossed into the middle. Rijkaard clears. Gerson. Chance here to counter. Aimed beyond the defence. Now the header! There it is! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Number 9.
Chelsea have taken the lead.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Tries to pass it through. He's got tall. That's a half-decent try.
Van Nistelrooy is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Over to the left. Kvaratskhelia. And it's Rijkaard. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Van Nistelrooy was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And here's Van Nistelrooy. That has ended up in no man's land. And that's been won straight back. Gerson. Van Nistelrooy. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Kvaratskhelia. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And he's quick to snatch it back. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Shot could be on. He's in a chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Chelsea have the chance to go the other way. And he cuts out the supply. Gerson. He's on it. Can he get away? Can he get it through? Great chance! off the post! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Arsenal really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Koundé. Rijkaard. And here's Zaire Emery. And here's Van Nistelrooy. Taken back almost at once. Knocks it out wide. Looking to play him in. And the flag has stayed down. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. It's their second corner of the game. Cleared without hesitation. Chelsea are looking to go forward now. Mbappe is onto this. Back into the middle. Can he get on the end of this? Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And it's Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now their chance for a shot! Really well taken goal. And there's the goal they've been looking for. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Chelsea are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
Rijkaard. And here's the chance to counter. Knocks it into space. That's a shade optimistic. And we hit half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
We're down, but we're far from out.
Well, it has
Now
been
let's all rally
confrontational,
behind the boys and
combative,
show them a bit of
competitive.
support.
Everything you'd expect from Derby Day. Chelsea sitting pretty here at half-time. 2-0 up. Here we go again then. Van Nistelrooy. Triol.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
But it is cleared, and it's been given away. And he's running through. And the shot's on here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Nicely aimed pass. Spread it left. Kvaratskhelia. Looking to go deep. Oh, smashing header! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. The pass has gone astray. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Front-footed pressing going on here. Gerson. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Couple of goals between the sides, and it's still early in the second half. Beckham did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, that's a fine interception. Spread out to the left. Kvaratskhelia. Arsenal are looking to break at pace. That's a pretty loose pass. And it's Koundé. Rijkaard. And they can counter here. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Kvaratskhelia. Aimed beyond the defence. Rijkaard. And Zaire Emery. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, good take in a good area. Goes for a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! And with that, he takes home the match ball. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
And Van Nistelrooy! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
And this is Van Nistelrooy. Zaire Emery. Beckham does really well to win the ball there. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 26.
Arsenal making another change here. Chelsea are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Koundé. Mbappe. Now that's well seen too. And it's made its way to him. Big chance! What? And the shot! It's in! Result no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. All over in seconds. That's what they can do to you.
Well, this is a well-rehearsed drill. As soon as possession is regained, the commitment to attack is lethal.
There's going to be another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Chelsea are having a ball here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
It's played through for him. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Zaire Emery. Looking for options for movement. Picked out brilliantly. Can he finish? Oh, taken with style. And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Substitution in progress.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting. Chelsea are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And they win it back again. Great vision. Van Nistelrooy. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Oh, that's well spotted. Pass somewhat off target.
There will be 5 minutes.
This is Van Nistelrooy. Big chance. Van Nistelrooy! Ruud Van Nistelrooy! A giant among strikers! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.
He's got 4. Big chance! Well, he's kept it out. That's a great save. Arsenal have their third corner. Camavinga! And that's it. Chelsea can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly.
Van Nistelrooy.
Very much the hero in this game. The end of the game. Reflections?
That is a superb win. This is one of those games where the result justifies whatever means. Just look at the players celebrating with the fans. Everyone pumped. Takes me back.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.